Chad, Jarren Duran, Red Sox, earlier this week, he suspended 2 games, docked about $8,000 in pay, where the money that he was docked went to the Federation of Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. That threw the Jarren Duran gay slur that he uttered while he was at the plate at a fan who was telling him to swing his tennis racket.
Tennis racket! Tennis racket! You need a tennis racket!
So that occurs, and then everyone tries to jump on board, Chad, and act like the apology that was issued afterwards wasn't enough. You know, the grandstanding and the I'm better than you stance on how dare you apologize, how dare you say this, you know, you're against lesbians and gays, throwing around slurs.
Yeah, the mayor coming out, I want to have a sit down with him, making it a political thing, the donation to Flag, is that what it is, the organization?
Yeah, PFLAG.
Yeah.
And it's money that goes to support transgender and sports and much more and other issues. It couldn't go to like a food bank, is what we brought up. But turns out, even after he apologizes, and here's the full apology, and I think he's being contrite. His jersey's now the #1 jersey seller after this incident at MLB Shop.
Yeah, so why?
So
that's the question for me.
So this brings up, let's go back to our discussion earlier this week.
I have an idea as to why.
Well, you brought up The Hangover. What else? What other examples did you bring up?
Old school. Tony Hinchcliffe.
Those are
at
all
the roast of Tom Brady.
You know, mentioned as hilarious comedies, and people spend their money to watch that film or films, right? Is this not the same thing? Thinking of it like, if it's going to be okay or accepted in some way as comedy, while you shouldn't throw around gay slurs, an apology can be enough. That's the way I view this. You don't have to jump on board and act like, demand that he's suspended and, all this money, $8,000 worth, has to go to this one organization, instead of going about this the way that any other suspension would be taking place.
I think one overreaction spawns other overreactions, and that's what we're having here. We've got a chain of this, a domino of event of overreactions, and I think his jersey being the top seller at the MLB Shop is another overreaction. It's the overreaction to the overreaction of the reaction of what he said. So the mayor, by the way, who's now saying she never requested a sit down or a meeting with Duran.
That reporter deleted that tweet.
Deleted the tweet, and then the mayor's office, when contacted, I just read a story saying, yeah, we didn't ask to meet with him, which that's good. But when the response is now you're going to be suspended, and oh, by the way, you're going to get fined, and that money, your game check money, is going to go to this organization, that is an overreaction. When you got Joey Cora and the president of the team and everyone like, we've done a lot of great things, but this is just further proof. We got a long way to go. It's a long journey ahead
because
that we got to make.
They're trying to avoid the outrage mob.
Yes, but when you lean into the outrage mob that way, like, hey, outrage mob is coming. They got a huge right hook.
Exactly.
I'm going to put my jaw right out there and take a big lick on the left side of my face, and I'm just going to take it. That's what Cora did. That's what the team has done. Even Duran, to an extent, hey, apologize if you're sorry for it. I'm not going to get on to somebody for an apology. It's a really over-the-top apology from Duran. When you overreact and you lean into the outrage mob even more, that's going to piss off a different group of people that hate the outrage mob. So how do they respond? Well, with their paychecks, with their wallets. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go buy a Jarren Duran jersey because I'm a Red Sox fan. I want to support this guy. It's no coincidence that he's now the leading seller on the website. And I don't think it's because all the people who bought the jersey hate gay people.
No.
Or endorse that word that he said or any of that. I think it's people overreacting to the overreaction. That's what we have here. Now it's just another chain of events because there was one overreaction. Now everyone else can overreact on the other side.
Yes,
and that's what we're
it's
seeing.
not available at Fanatics.
Sold out? Wow.
No longer in stock. So, again, you have players who, Chad, Ozuna. I'm assuming there are Braves fans that wear an Ozuna jersey.
Yeah. Not many, but sure.
But I mean,
someone, yeah.
Someone would sell. The jersey's for sale, is my point. You can purchase it. Does that mean you support what Ozuna allegedly did off the
I would
diamond?
hope not.
No. But you are in favor of him hitting a home run for your team.
Yeah, I just think that the timing of it is very interesting.
Oh, the timing of it
I mean, of this one, it's not like people were wearing Duran jerseys and would continue wearing it because they already bought it because they're a huge fan of his, and this isn't going to stop them from being a fan of his on the baseball diamond. These are people immediately responding to him shouting out a slur and then making him the highest selling jersey at the MLB shop.
The whole thing is just silly.
It's an overreaction. It's overreaction to the overreaction to what happened.
Because consider you are flagged in the NFL now if you say that gay slur.
Yeah.
On the field. So, yeah, it's just unsportsmanlike conduct. He's put through the outrage mob here because he was mic'd up more than anything.
Yeah, you could just easily said it was a frustrating day.
He's not the only player.
And Jarren let his frustration boil over, and we've talked to him about it. He's apologetic over it, and we're moving on. He said something to a heckler he shouldn't have said, and be done with it.
But I guess what I'm saying,
you don't need the follow-up suspension and fine that goes to this organization. You don't need all the statements from the manager and the president.
But there's no
too
statements
much.
unless he's mic'd up.
Right. And that's my point to this.
Because you can get flagged last year in the NFL, you can get an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. There's no apology necessary after the game.
No.
There's no organization coming out and saying, we're going to help him be better. There's none of that.
This story dies if they just handle it the way I said.
Yes.
It really does just go away. Like, hey, he was mic'd up, and he said something to a heckler that he wished he didn't, but it was a frustrating day. He let his frustrations boil over. We've talked to Jarren. He's apologetic.
Right.
He knows he let his temper get the best of him, and we're moving forward. No suspension, no forced payment to flag this organization. And then, you know what else probably doesn't happen if you handle it that way? You don't make Jarren Duran the highest paid jersey sold at MLB shop, which maybe that was the whole plan all along. Let's get our jersey sales up. We need some more Red Sox jerseys out there.
I want to know, Chad, what happened to tennis racket guy?
I'd like to hear his side of the story. He's like the dude in Major League 2, the Randy Quaid character.
Let's cue this up. So here is tennis racket. I just want to know, this guy to me sounds like a season ticket holder.
I mean,
it sounds like a season ticket holder to me.
Sounds like the perfect amalgamation of every Northeastern pro sports fan that would say something at a game I've ever heard. It sounds like a dude playing the part of a diehard Red Sox fan
in the
at a game. Yes, that's heckling someone. I mean, a tennis racket.
What happened to this guy?
You need a tennis racket.
And the thing is,
we need to hear his side of the story.
Yes. Did he even hear him?
You know what he'd probably want? A photo with Jarren Duran. Hey, it'll be good if you just sign some stuff for me and give me a photo.
Maybe.
They may have given the guy something. Who knows?
Yeah, but he wants the apology.
You know what'd be funny? Again, I should run some team's PR because I have better ideas than everyone who does
tennis racket?
Media relations. Get a tennis racket and go take a funny photo of Jarren Duran like fake hitting the guy with the tennis racket that he has. And then post it from the Red Sox. All good. We love our fans, even when they give us a hard time.
Have a mini tennis racket.
And it's Duran like giving the dude a noogie, and he's got the tennis racket on the hand, and they're playfully doing something.
No, that's bullying. You can't bully.
Oh, come on. I mean, this is.
Come on, Chad. That's bullying.
This is how I would handle it. Turn it into a joke.
Wet Willie?
Turn it into a joke. Wet Willies. Ooh, those were gross. Back in the day.
Yeah, I hated those.
Did you ever do the thing back in middle school, high school, where somebody got on all fours behind someone? And you just shoved them and they'd flip over the person?
I never did that. I saw that done.
Oh, that happened all the time. That was like a trend in our school for a while, and I'm thinking, boy, this is really not safe.
See,
People are hitting their head on the concrete floor of the school, going into brick walls.
people would come up and like hit you in the back of the knee and make you like, stumble a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're standing there and your leg kind of goes numb for a second.
Did someone like shank you? I never got it too bad, like around girls, but you'd have shorts on or something, and someone would just
in like football weight room or something.
deep pants you. Gosh. There were no apologies issued.
No jumping rope there.
There were no public apologies. No one was rushing to social media to apologize after I got deep pantsed a few times.
See, that's the era PJ Fleck once in Minnesota.
Right. PJ Fleck is like, he wants to do a team building activity instead of doing trust falls. He just wants to have his team shove guys over another dude that's on all fours and then flip behind him. The opposite of the trust fall. I want to show that we can knock you down on your ass and not catch you. I want dudes behind you there to not break your fall, but to mess up your fall. That's the PJ Fleck way.
According to the Patriot Ledger, the fan was an Astro fan. Who'll know.
I mean, that does not sound like a Houston Astros fan to me.
No.
But okay, whatever.
Mattress Mac would know who he
That
is.
guy, was he really into the space program as a kid? And he really gravitated towards the Astros logo? Is that why he's an Astros fan? Because he sounds like he's from damn Cranston, Rhode Island, right up the road.
The irony. Let's play this one more time. The irony that this is an Astros fan yelling out tennis racket when a tennis racket was used to bang a trash can for letting those know at the plate what was going to happen.
Tennis racket! Tennis racket! You need a tennis racket!
That is like no Astros fan I've ever heard. John McClain is an Astros fan. Who comes on our show weekly. Does that sound like John McClain to you? Yelling out tennis racket?
Doesn't sound like a Red Sox fan, though. If he's yelling at the Red Sox player.
I think, no, those fans up there, they will yell at their own team. They do not care. If they're pissed, they were down 10-0. That dude probably.
You need a tennis racket.
That's probably half that guy's weekly pay he spent to go into that game. And he's sitting there watching his Sox get beat 10-0 in that game. So, yeah, he's going to be pissed off. And he's going to start talking about tennis rackets. Could be. Yankees fans will go harder at their own team, but Red Sox fans will go hard too.